By the end of this video, you will become a Pandeiro god. Right, the plan for today is very easy. First we focus on sounds, then we're gonna focus on exercises, putting sounds together, and at the end we're gonna focus on rhythms. Right, on Pandeiro we have three main sounds. We have the thumb, we have the slap, and we have the rattling. Let's start with the thumb. How to hit the thumb. Very common mistake is to place your finger flat. This is what beginners do. Do not do this. It doesn't make any sense. This is weird position for your hand. Don't do this, okay? You need to rotate your hand and you need to use the bone in your thumb. So you have an L shape here. It slides right in and then the thumb goes on the skin there. It doesn't matter which space, what's comfortable for you. Don't hit on the edge. Go in the middle. It's very, very important for your thumb to bounce off the skin rather than to hit it and kill the sound. Where you also notice my hand is pretty relaxed, it's not stiff, I'm not doing this. My fingers almost wrap around Pandeiro. Now when I'm recording, this guy is gonna fucking cut the grass, okay? He's making a living, yeah, so. Sound number two, the slap. Where to hit it? Centrally, just the middle of Pandeiro. Now, how you hit it. The hit happens with your fingertips and the edge of your palm. The middle part of your hand doesn't touch the skin. Not flat, you need to elevate. Very common mistake on hitting the slap. You hit the Pandeiro and you take your hand away like it was burning you. Doesn't hurt, doesn't burn. Keep your hand there, kill that sound. Position of the hand, fingers are apart but not spread, just relaxed. So not to spread, not together, relaxed. Apart. Another common mistake is sliding the hand. This also happens on a tabaci when people start to learn it. Don't swipe your hand. Let's talk about rattling. You rarely use the rattling this way unless you start to really improvise. We're not doing that. What you want to do instead is your right hand to rattle the Pandeiro slightly and gently help yourself with your left hand. To do so, you make a scoop of your hand. Very relaxed. It's not rigid. It's not really too loose. It's just perfect, like you are. Now, you place your fingers or your wrist on Pandeiro and there is always have to be attachment. So either you hold your fingers or you hold your wrist. This is the way I play. The movement in your wrist is very subtle. Okay, I mentioned about left hand. You can help yourself with left hand slightly. This way, you don't need to really overly use your right hand or left hand. You use both of them. Where you place your hand to rattle Pandeiro. You have to be able to switch very quickly between the thumb sound and rattling. So I would say, if your thumb goes in the middle, then the fingers and your wrist will go in between. Thumb, fingers, wrist. Fun fact, because I know you're dying to know some of those. I started to play Pandeiro, not playing on Pandeiro, but on the dinner plate because I didn't have Pandeiro and I really wanted to practice. And it works. None of this is rocket science, but it's very important that you're able to switch between the sounds. So if you do slap, try to do the thumb. If you loop it, you pretty much have Capoeira rhythm. Okay, let's try thumb and rattling. And I'm gonna show you an exercise that will directly transfer into the rhythm later on. Let's fancy this up a little bit. How about slap and and rattling. I would like to point out one very important thing. Usually, when you transfer from the thumb, you will directly go into the fingers if you want to rattle. I believe it's because your wrist is quite far away after you're hitting with the thumb. It's quite out of the edge and the fingers are quite more accessible. That's why it makes sense to use them. When you use the slap and you want to transfer into the rattling, it makes sense to use wrist. Your fingers are already on the pandeiro and only requires you to elevate your wrist and hit it back again to produce the sound. Remember, I told you to always have an attachment when you do rattling, either fingers or wrists. My fingers stay on the pandeiro and I use my wrists to hit down. Let's do a little bit of rhythms. First, capoeira rhythm, basic. Let's go. Common mistake for beginners is to forget that you always have to start with the thumb. And then you switch, yeah? Did you notice that? Hopefully, yeah? Don't switch. You need to start over. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, and so on. The most important sound, it has to be clean. Once it's clean, you can start to add extra stuff. Let's do double thumb. As in any percussion instrument, we use dynamics. That means you can play quieter and louder to create extra effects and make the rhythm and the music and the sounds sound better. So we're gonna use 5 thumb hits and we're gonna go from quiet and then we're gonna raise the volume of the sounds. And let's add this to our rhythm. So the basic rhythm that I always use in Capoeira Roda mix all 3 sounds, and it's great practice and I really recommend you play like this a little bit as well. So, even though Pandeiro is super basic instrument, there is so much more to cover actually. There's so much. And you can check this out in the course. No, I don't have any course. You can't. I might have, but I don't. But yeah, learn those basics. Very important. You know what? I want to show you one more hepiki. It's very simple and you use kind of inversion. 4 sounds and start with the slap. If you put everything together, you're gonna have this. What do you think? Makes sense or not? Please do let me know in the comments because I'm genuinely curious if actually this helped to you in any way. So yeah, that's it for today and I'll see you in the next one.